Hello and welcome. This is Chris-Ann. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chris-Ann. Yes, my hands are filthy already. I've been crafting. So now we're going to craft together. And we are going to make this really cute vintage tag ornament. Or you can use it as a label on packaging. So if you have pretty stickers, like I do, these are stickers. They're just vintage little girl stickers. I have the vintage lady stickers. I have bug stickers. I have tree stickers. I have everything stickers. So if you're like me and you have these really fun stickers that you like and you want to preserve the sticker, you can do this in any theme. I have another, oh, I can't reach it. But I have all different types of stickers. If you've watched my videos before, you know I really like my stickers. Now, if you want to do these with the Tim Holtz paper dolls, you know what? I think we might do one. Is it this little girl? There's one of these that I really, really, really like. Well, I really like a lot of them. There's some I don't like. That one's pretty. I think we'll do that one because that one fits beautifully. So I am not doing a sticker or a paper doll on both sides. Whoops. I'm only doing it on one side because I want to keep the other side if I want to write the year of my ornament, if I want to write to from, the person's name I'm giving it to. So I'm leaving that open and available. But here's the thing. These are wooden tags. You can get these in every shape. You can get them in teardrops. You can get them in circles, hexagons. I've seen them in everything. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. You can get them on Temu. You can get them everywhere. You can turn these into earrings if you want. I am making this, and then you do paint the back. Whatever you do to a piece of wood on the front, coating wise, you have to do comparable on the back because the wood will buckle and it will sort of bow. So you need to have an even coating. Now, I didn't put my finish on the back because I haven't decided. Am I going to write somebody's name? Am I going to write the year? Once I do that, then I'm going to put a finish over it. And just so you know, I'm not going to do that in this video, but just so you know, I'm going to use my Posca paint pen to do that. It has a nice nib. I can easily write on the back if I want to write the year, whoever I'm giving you to, etc. So that's my suggestion for the back. I'm not going to do that in this video, but I want to make sure you knew the information that I'm doing. So let's get started. Let me move that over there. So I want to paint, and I'm just using white acrylic paint. So I want to clean off my space first of all. Hold on. I've been sanding here too. So I want to paint my wooden piece with acrylic paint. You want to paint the front, let it dry, come back and paint the back. My brush is wet already. I'm not using a ton on my brush. Here's why. I'm not painting the edge. I actually like this edge. It's kind of like a wood burned edge when the machine cuts it out. It leaves that edge, and I like it. I like that edge. Now, if you want to sand your wooden pieces, the finest grit if you want fine grit. The finest grit sandpaper you can use is a brown bag from the grocery store. One of those thicker brown bags. That's actually the finest grit sandpaper-ish, that you can use. I want a very thin white coat. And let me put this over here, because in the miracle of YouTube, I have some already done, and I think all of these are both sides done. Yeah, they do. Let me clean off my brush, because you never leave paint in your brush. Okay, I'm good with that. And now, just move these out of the way. Let me grab my doll. Well, one of them I know I want that one on. And I pulled some of these stickers. In case you're not familiar, I pulled that Tim Holtz paper doll. Okay, I liked this one, and I'm going to cut that away. Okay, let's go with those. Actually, this will be dry very, very shortly, and I'll paint the back later. We'll do that one. I'll do that one last, since it's still drying. So for this one, I'm edging around it with my Distress Oxide. Let's edge around this. I'm not going to edge around the stickers. Except at the very end when I cut it. You'll see. And then at the end I added flat back gems and glitter. These go quickly, putting them all together. You get a lot of these made. You know, it's fun to give like a little something on a package, or have these hanging on the tree. You know, I've been watching all these videos on Instagram of people doing like Friendsgiving and Friends events where everybody brings like a bag full of goodies and everybody gets one from that bag, from that bag, from that bag. Well, it just looks like so much fun. Like, oh, I want to do that. This one's mostly dry. Okay, still gonna let that one dry. So let's do these first. Let's do some glue. So whether I'm doing a sticker or I'm doing a paper doll, I'm gluing it. And the glue will dry better the drier your tag is. This one's a little warped already, and I knew that to begin with. And I'm okay with it. Cute. Come on. If I need to come back in and add more glue, I can. I'm gonna need more glue right here. I'm gonna let that dry for a few moments. Come back and trim it. I have paint all over my fingers as it's getting on the stickers, but that's okay. Nobody's gonna see it except for you, and I don't think you'll tell. These are good for people who like dolls, or sometimes I crack myself up, or if you have that special someone in your life who hates dolls, this is the perfect thing to put on their Christmas gift. My son's dad hates dolls. His grandmother used to have a whole, was it his grandmother or his aunt? Maybe it was his aunt. I think it was his aunt. His aunt used to have a whole room of vintage dolls. And it would freak him out. So guess who's getting one? Oh, he deserves it. And he'll know it's from me. Whenever I see dolls when we're thrifting, I'm like, get that for your father. He would love that. My son knows. His dad hates dolls. To this day, they freak him out. I mean, he's a grown adult. And they freak him out. It is so funny. So, you know, you can't help but have fun with it. This one I'm going to give to my best friend. She likes purple. She likes pink. And she likes dolls. She has her whole collection still. And she has her mom's. Okay, now let's trim these. Put this in my thing here. I think that one's cute. You know what? I'm going to give this edge a sand. There. I like that. It took away some of the brown that I like, but that's okay. We're going to add some inking to that in a moment. I I was talking on the phone to my son's dad today. I never know how to read the K1 meter that we have. K1 is what we heat the house with. He doesn't live here anymore, obviously. And I called him and I'm like, there's a little plunger in the meter. I'm like, do you read it from the top of the plunger or the bottom of the plunger? I never remember. And, you know, apparently I'm stupid. He didn't use those words, but he certainly hinted at it. And then he's like, I can't remember either. Google it. I'm like, I did Google it. I said, I still am not getting answers. What do I know? He's like, I'm driving. Yeah. So? Oh, I just got a splinter. I'll get that later. If you put tape on a splinter and pull it. Oh, I may have gotten it. Of course, I could have washed my hands. That might actually help, wouldn't it? Anyways, I'll look at that later. But anyways. So when he got home and he was done driving, he Googled it. Actually, he found a really good site that had a really good article on it. You know what? I'm not sure I did get that splinter. I have that packing tape here. So he sent me the article. I was like, wow, actually, that's a really good article. He's like, yeah, I thought it was too. He's like, I can never remember either. Mm-hmm. Then why do you make fun of me? Duct tape works better than this type of tape. It's typically what I do it with. I do it one way, then I put it on, and I pull it the opposite way. I don't see a splinter on the tape. But I will look at it closely later because I don't want to deal with that being in my finger. So anyways, suddenly I wasn't so stupid, now was I? Because he couldn't remember either. And my son's chiming in. We have a group text. But I had picked up the phone and called him. And then he picked up the phone and called me about something else. And he's been sick. And then his girlfriend is sick. Like, what's with you people? You know what? Let's move some of this stuff here. Okay. So we have this one. This one. I think these are adorable. This one. They might be too good to give to him as a joke. But I'll do it anyways. I mean, we are on very good terms. Even though we're on good terms, I still pick on him and he still picks on me, and that's okay. He's not a bad guy. He's a halfway decent guy, actually. Only halfway decent. Okay, so I have these to this stage. The next thing I did, I hope you can see it, I glittered the whole front. You see all that glitter? It's glitter paint. There, you can see it at that angle. And I used this Holographic Illusions holographic glitter paint. So the base of the paint is clear with glitter in it. It's chunky. It's called Crystal Ball. And I did get this one at Hobby Lobby for $3.99. And I got it, oh, it was probably a year, 2 years ago. So it's been in my stash for a little bit. This one. See the difference? This has glitter, this part doesn't. I don't know, it just kind of gives it a finish and a gloss. And of course, glitter. Now, the one thing I did make sure was it wasn't too many chunks, because it's a little bit of a chunky glitter. I don't know if that's showing up. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't chunks in the face. So this is giving it a finish. And it's giving it glitter. This sad little thing. She's so cute though. But this is a way to preserve those paper dolls. If you're like me, I'm like, oh, that's so cute. I want to keep that one. What am I going to make with it? Well, this. You can make this. So I've said the tag shape is my favorite shape. I like my circles, but I like tags. And I have some tag ornaments on my tree. So I will put, I'm going to make more of these, but I will put probably 1 or 2 of these on my own tree. I just have a little tiny tree. I don't even know if it's 12 inches. Well, maybe it's 14 inches tall. It's little. It's tiny. So there's some chunky pieces like near her face that I don't really want. So I just kind of move them away. Let's add some more glitter to her dress. You know, this chunky glitter kind of reminds me of some of those glass ornaments, the more vintage glass ornaments, and a lot of them had that like chunk glitter to it. These just have a little bit of nostalgia to it to me. Or am I showing my age? I don't know. And once again, I did not do this on the back. There. You can see it gives it a really nice finish too. I'm going to put some water on this brush. I have my grungy cloth right over here that I'm cleaning it off on. Almost cleaned off, but I will wash it better in a little bit. Actually, let me move them over here. I'm not putting them in my paintbrush section, so I remember to take those and clean them off. Remove my stickers. Put that there. I think I'm done with these scissors. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not done with the scissors. Now I have all different paints and things here. So I have my Modge Podge gloss, which I can paint over everything when I'm done. I have this one, and I debated using this one as a background. It's a color shift by Folk Art. It goes between black and gold. It's gorgeous. But the reason I went with this, so if I was doing more of the Tim Holtz paper doll ones, I would do this as the background. But because these stickers have a white edge around them, I decided to go with white paint because I wanted it to kind of blend a little bit. And of course I have my color shift green flash, so it goes between a green and a gold. And you know, then of course we have Oh, is this my black? No, that's not my black. I thought that was black. It's Hooker's green. But Hooker's green would work too. It's really dark green. So, you know, use what you have. Use what you want for your sort of level of nostalgia. Now, I want to do some flat back gems. You know, I just think it adds even more bling. Not that the glitter paint isn't bling enough. Let's see. So I decided to put them in this container the other day. I have these, which are more blingier. These are more matte. I'm going to do these on this one, I think. But I wanted some like pinky purpley kind of ones. So let me see what I have. There's some bright pink. All right, let's use some of those. There's a pale pink. I like the pale pink. It's hard for me to see in this container with all these lights on me. I don't think those are the same colors. I can't tell. That looks like two pinks and a purpley pink. I'm going to use those three. I'm just using my art glitter glue if it wants to come out. It does not want to come out and play. A little too much. So that's two different colors here. That glue is going to dry clear. I can never tell if it's blurry. Like if I go like this, I can tell it's blurry, but I can't really tell when it gets to be non-blurry. So bear with me. So there's that one. Let's see. Let's do some glittery ones on her. So it's kind of an orange. Oh, is that? I like that one. I like that one. Yeah. I like that one. I like to see them all together because I know I have one that's a different hue, and I'd like to put that in the middle. Those two are the same, I believe, and that one's a smidge darker. So my son was saying how incredibly busy at work it is. He's working at Whole Foods. The day I'm recording this, it's 2 days before Thanksgiving. He's He's working tomorrow, which is the day before Thanksgiving, and then he's working on Thanksgiving. He's getting time and a half. I think he's all excited about time and a half. I'm excited for him about time and a half. I like that red. Oh, I like that gold. There's a green. Suppose I could do... We'll see what other ones I find. That's a different green. So we keep saying how busy it is. He seems to get a kick out of all the little kids. And I have to say, my son, for the most part, has almost always been a very well-behaved kid. And he's like, there was a little kid today. The mother's taking the things out of the shopping cart. He's sitting in the top of the cart. And when she's not looking, he's sticking them back in the cart. He's like taking them off the conveyor belt and putting them back in the cart. And my son's like, it was so funny. He's like, I felt bad for the mother. Like, yeah. I would too. I think, you know what, we're going to do them on this side. And normally, he has stickers to hand out to the kids. But he's like, we were running out of stickers. I'm like, I want a sticker. He gives me a sticker. He's like, I couldn't believe how busy we were. I'm like, yeah, today's nothing compared to what you're going to be seeing. He says, I know. Actually, I really like this yellow. And a lot of times he's manning the self-checkout. He's like, they had every single register open. I'm like, well, yeah. So we shall see. He comes home every day with stories. He likes to sort of sit down and tell me the day's stories. There's always a story about some of the kids. Always. Which kind of cracks me up. Because that's completely not what he was like. Partially because he was so sick. But I'm glad he gets a kick out of these kids. And I'm even more glad they're not my kid. I know, by the time I'm done grocery shopping, I am so tired. Just putting the stuff on the conveyor belt is exhausting. And here's the thing. I am short. Those carts at Whole Foods, I swear, everywhere, but especially Whole Foods, they make the sides taller and taller. I can't reach in. I can't reach because I'm so short. I mean, I'm not that short, but I'm 5'2". And I can't reach. If it's like under the basket, the area where the kid sits, I can't reach it. If my son is with me, and a lot of times he's with me, but not always, I have to have him get it for me because I can't reach it. Otherwise, I just put everything up at the top. I'm going to do those 3 because I can't reach. Am I the only one that has these issues? Oh, too much glue again. Much too much glue. Yeah, super too much glue. This one, I think I want to do some of these. And I need to put these away before I do that because I will spill them everywhere. So I was debating if I should like add red for a pop of color, but I don't think I am. I kind of like some of the black ones. So we're going to keep this one vintage. I may end up keeping this one myself. It's all warped, which doesn't bother me. So I had some that were warped, and you know what I did is I took them, I spritzed them with a little bit of water. I put them in my toaster oven on tin foil on the dehydrate setting for about an hour. They all flattened out except this one, all of them, because they were all a little funky. This batch. There. Okay. Geesh, that was like watching paint dry, wasn't it? Now, I want to add the little hanging string. Put these away. And I have some brown and white twine that I want to use. You know what? Let me put this away so I don't lose it. And tomorrow, which is the day before Thanksgiving, I'm going to be doing even more cooking. Now, I've already cooked, how many squashes? I think I've cooked 4 butternut squashes so far. I have 6 more in my house. 6! So, guess who's going to be cooking squash tomorrow? The one I have is frozen that I already made. I made it like a week ago, whatever it was. And so I cooked it, froze it. I think I'm going to keep that for Christmas. And I think what I'm not even counting these. I lost count. So I think I'm going to make these tomorrow. I'm going to make my cookies tomorrow. I've already pre-chopped all my veggies except my onions to go in my stuffing. So I've cut and already pre-cooked the mushrooms. I've pre-cut but not yet cooked my celery. And I have not done the onions yet because, I don't want to pre-cut those and leave them in my fridge. So there's that. Super simple. So tomorrow I'll cook up the onions and the celery and add it to the mushrooms. So I'll have that ready for my stuffing. My son likes all that in the stuffing, and I don't always do that. Like if I make stuffing just, regular during the year, I don't always add that to it. So I'm going to, for Thanksgiving, I would love to add cranberries and nuts to it as well, but technically I'm allergic to cranberries. As much as I like cranberries. So I'm not going to be doing that. I do have apricots. My mom bought the dried apricots and sent them over. Where did I put my towel? Oh, my towel fell. That's must be what fell. Oh, yeah, it did. Something fell. So I'm going to also make some chocolate covered pretzels tomorrow, which I've been dying to do for a month. And I think I'm going to chocolate cover some of the apricots. My mom likes chocolate covered apricots. Well, we all do. And then I'm going to make my little, I have a snackle box that I'm going to do like dried fruit and nuts in. And I'm going to get my charcuterie board prepped. I'm not going to like make it, but I'm going to make sure it's clean and all that baloney. So, I mean, the amount of time and effort I put into like one meal astonishes me. Now, yes, we're going to have leftovers until the cows come home. I already par-cooked my turkey today. I cooked it for 2 hours. I thought it was fully thawed. Where's my water cup? Hold on. Let me grab a drink. Okay. So, I thought my turkey was fully thawed. I've been checking it every single day. It's been in my fridge. It was frozen solid when I got it a week ago. So I put it in my fridge, and I've been like poking at it every day, checking on it multiple times a day. Like, I think this is thawed. So I looked it up. Well, I called my friend who's a chef. But I looked it up, and it said you can't leave it in the fridge once it's thawed more than 2 days. If it was fresh, I could leave it in the fridge for 4 days, but it wasn't fresh. I got it frozen. So I thought, oh darn, it's not going to make it till Thanksgiving. So I'm like, all right. Let me I was going to mostly cook it. So it only had a little bit left to go. But when I opened it up to season it and prep it, I do a lot of seasoning and prepping when I do my turkey. So I stuff it with onions, carrots, lemons, oranges, thyme, fresh thyme, fresh sage, and fresh rosemary. Not to mention my fully season the outside with dry rub of like multiple different things. And then I put all around the turkey the onion, the extra onion. Oh, and apples. I put apples in the middle too. So I put around the turkey in the dish apples, onions, oranges, lemons. And then all the herbs I lay on top of it, plus the dry rub, plus I had 2 oranges that I sliced, so I lay all the slices. So I dry rub first, then I do the herbs, then I do the sliced oranges last. So it kind of holds everything on. And then I wrap it all in foil. You know, it's in one of those foil dishes, but I cover the whole thing in foil so it kind of holds all that stuff on it. I have made my turkey like this for quite a few years, and it comes out delicious. The difference is the fresh herbs and the citrus. The apples you can taste a little bit too. I have a ton of onions in the house. I don't really care for like baked onions, but my mom and son do, so I might do some for them. These came out really cute. How quick, simple, and fast were these? I mean, I've been yakking the whole time, as I always do. Now, I didn't do Mod Podge on these. It's mostly dry. This one's probably dry. It's the glue that takes the longest to dry with the gems. So if I do Mod Podge over this, I'm going to fully cover all of the gems as well. And that will be another way to hold it in. Yes, I put the string on, but I wanted to show you that. I think these came out so cute. I think that would freak out my son's dad. This one actually would freak him out the most. But I kind of like it. So I'm going to hold on to it. So I have an extra string, so that means I need to make another one. How cute are these? So these are easily accessible to find these wooden shapes. You can go on Amazon. Like I said, you can go to Hobby Lobby. Temu, of course, has everything. See what you come up with. Have fun. And you can turn these into jewelry and earrings as well. Like, I would wear this size as earrings. That's not too big for me to wear as earrings. So I'll probably make myself another set and use it as earrings. So thank you so much for tuning in. Check out my website, www.elementalenерgieswithchrisanne.com. I have a special going on my website right now until gosh, I can't remember. I think it's the second week in December. $50 off an hour psychic reading, private psychic reading with me. And that also is applicable for a gift certificate as well. And I digitally send you the gift certificate, so you have it in plenty of time and you can print it off and give it to whoever you want to give it to. And there's a code on it. And each gift certificate is coded separately, so I know whose is whose and what's what's. So check that out, www.elementalenерgieswithchrisanne.com. Like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'd really like to get 100 new subscribers by the end of this calendar year. That would be so exciting to me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Take care and be free.